Good morning, class. Today we start a new chapter, Natural and Human-Made Disasters. Open up to page number 44. In this chapter, we are going to learn about the natural disasters and the human-made disasters. Coming to page number 45, please take up your pencil and underline whatever I tell you to underline and write down the meanings as well. Underline an event that suddenly disrupts the normal functioning of a society, causes loss of life and property, and damages the environment is termed as a disaster. Hence, it can be said that the failure in managing hazards may turn a natural calamity or human error into a disasters. Disasters can be broadly categorized into two types, natural and human-made. So first we will see the natural disasters. What are those? Floods, cyclones, earthquakes, landslides and droughts are natural disasters that happen by natural calamities. These have significant effect on human population, roads and buildings and the environment. Natural disasters are caused by two types of hazards, geological and climatic. Now, first of all, we are going to learn about geological hazards. Geological hazards are caused due to the sudden changes taking place on or under the Earth's crust. Underline that. It is generally due to the movement of the geological plates. Major and minor shaking occurs on the Earth's surface. Underline that. Sometimes the extent of shaking is so huge that the human settlement and biodiversity on the earth get affected badly. Some of the disasters caused by geological hazards are discussed here. So first geological hazard that we see is earthquake. An earthquake, all of us have at one time or the other experienced earthquakes and the feeling is not good. Just last year I remember hearing a deep rumbling here in Mount Abu. It was like a gurgling, kind of a deep rumbling going down, and it was very scary. But there was no shaking or there was not even a slight tremor which one could feel. One could only hear the trembling or the gurgling or the rumbling of the earth beneath. An earthquake, underline, is the shaking of the ground caused by the sudden breaking of the geological plates of the Earth's crust. Now, children, it is not just the shaking. These tectonic plates, because they are floating on, So at times they come and they clash with each other, which gives rise to earthquakes. Intensity or magnitude of an earthquake, we all know, is measured on an instrument called the Richter scale. In the year 2001, a huge earthquake shook India by damaging Bhuj in Gujarat. That was a very sad period in Indian history. Earthquakes are frequent and common along the margins where the continental plate and oceanic plate meet. The Himalayan range and the Andes are located on such plate margins. About 20% of all the earthquakes occur in the mid-Atlantic belt along the mid-Atlantic ridge on the seafloor. Now, let us see what disasters do volcanoes cause and what they are. A volcano is a vent on the Earth's crest. Molten hot magma erupts after building up pressure below the earth. The molten magma, that includes minerals, rocks, gases and water, reaches near the vent and explodes suddenly. So underline this as well. The molten lava starts flowing along the valley of the volcano and radiates heat. Gives out heat. Along its path, it burns and destroys all forms of life, properties and environment. At times, children, but all the time, when a volcano erupts, then you see volcanic ash also. And yes, at times, a volcano may not erupt, but you will be able to see the volcanic ash. the visibility becomes zero at that time when the volcanic ash that is coming out is very thick and dense. Along its path, Pacific Ring of Fire is an arch stretching from New Zealand to North and South America across Asia, has 75% of the world's active and dormant volcanoes. Now, you all know active volcanoes. What are active volcanoes? Which erupt frequently at a regular interval of time. Dormant volcanoes which have not erupted for a number of years, can be more than 50 also, can be less than that. And extinct volcanoes are which in the ancient times have erupted but now they have cooled down. Now we'll study about a tsunami. Tsunami is a Japanese word that means a destructive tidal wave. So underline that, but it is not a tidal wave. It is a seismic sea wave, underline, it is a seismic sea wave caused by an earthquake under the seafloor. So whenever there is an earthquake under the seafloor, we will definitely have a tsunami, or that particular region where the earthquake has occurred under the seabed, that particular region will experience a tsunami. Now generally what happens, children, the water in the sea gets drawn back towards the sea from the coastal areas, and then it starts building up into a huge wall of water, and when it cannot go, it loses its power, it rushes towards the coastal regions and destroying each and everything in its path. The damage is more pronounced on the seashore. On December 2004, tsunami in Indonesia was caused by an earthquake and affected India as well. It very badly affected India. And recently, there was a huge tsunami in Japan itself where a nuclear reactor was threatened. Now, let us come to landslides. The downward movement of weathered rock material with rock debris and organic matter along a slope is called a landslide. So please underline that. This can happen because of heavy rainfall, earthquake and deforestation in the hilly areas, or fast movement of the debris because of rainfall. Hill slopes with unstable rock mass and sedimentary zones are more prone to landslides. Now all those who have taken a road trip to the mountains, then you will know that there are often signs posted over there that the area is prone to landslide, and the people should watch out for such and be careful not to stop there, because landslides can occur without any warning. See a landslide affected region over there, and when there is a landslide, children, whatever comes in its path is destroyed and it is taken down to the to the bottommost area of the valley or whatever, wherever the landslide takes place. This is a picture of a tsunami. Huge ships, huge airplanes are known to be destroyed by this water menace. Then we have volcanic eruption over there. You have in detail studied about earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis and landslides in your science books. Now I will not take up climatic hazards in this video. We will take up climatic hazards in the next class. Now let us quickly see what they have given us. There is a table given over here about disaster management and its importance. So that is very important, children. Let us see what are geological plates. The Earth's crust is made up of a thin sheet of solid substance that is broken into pieces called geological plates. Continental plates, they are geological plate that form the continents. Oceanic plates, the geological plate that forms the ocean beds. So all these terms are very important. Aftershocks, the earthquake with similar magnitude after the main shock, flash floods, a sudden flood due to heavy rain. Now this often, when we talk about flash floods, then we are talking about Assam, okay, which is prone to flash floods. Then we are talking about river Kosi, which is a very shallow river, and we often experience floods over there. Offshore drilling rig, we have one in Mumbai, offshore drilling, rescue, relief, rehabilitate. Seismic, yes, a type of wave caused by the force within the earth, that is called a seismic wave. Now in the next class we'll take up the climatic hazards. Till that time, I want you to go through earthquakes, landslides, tsunami and volcanoes once again. If anything which is not understood, please note it down, mark it somewhere, and we will discuss it when the school reopens. Thank you. Take care.